Welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on Stamp and Stencil's Savvy. This used to be the Stamp It Like It's Hot Hop, but then we changed the name because for now we're going to be doing stuff with stamps and stencils. For January, we actually showed you how we organize our stamps and stencils. So if you missed that video, I'll try to link it down there for you below so that you can go back and watch it. Probably should do an update because I actually did finish putting a lot of my stamps that I had laying around waiting for me to get them into my organization system correctly. I got them into their little pockets and now I've just got to put them in their categories. Anyway, our technique for the month of February, today's February 1st, is to stamp a journal box. So I have this die cut that I cut out of scraps. I have a little plastic 4x6 case that I keep extra die cuts in. This was one of those. Like I said, it's just it's a scrap. And then I pulled in these journaling stamps. These are so stinking old. But I think I'm going to use this one here on this stamp, or on this die cut, to stamp my journal box. I also have a brand new stencil from HipKit. It came in the mail the day that I'm recording this. It is from the January 2025 kit. I have my title. This is from my Color Cast Design subscription box for January, and it's got wood veneer and acrylic pieces in it. Her wood veneer is really thin, so if that is something that concerns you, I highly recommend that. She's got a great little subscription box. I'm super excited about the February kit when it comes. And then this is a pile of leftovers. And I meant to get this done for Baby Got Scraps in January, but I didn't get around to it, so I am going to try to finish off the paper. This is the only sheet of pattern paper I have left from this kit, and as you can see, I haven't even opened the puffy stickers, but I have the fabric pockets, which are absolutely adorable. I have 2 tabs, and then I don't know how well you can see them. Let me push these butterflies up. I've got 2 butterflies and a bunch of flowers, and I have already organized those into piles to make it easy to grab and get started. I'm going to be using the black ink for my journal box, and then for the stencil I'm going to use this Pink Fresh Studios ink. This is Slumber, and they're my favorite stamping ink if I'm not using black, and so those are the ones I usually reach for stamping. So I'm going to pause. We're going to get started with this. I'll be right back. So I thought I'd go ahead and start with the stenciling, and I'm just going to use my little brush that goes with my ink pad, and I'm just going to stencil 2 lines on either side, and then I will kind of blend it in the middle and get a little bit of stenciling in the middle. Now at the end of the video I will have added some stenciling at the top, but you're not going to see me do that on camera at all. It was kind of a ooh, that's bothering me moment when I was finishing up. So once I got everything glued down, I did a little bit more stenciling. I really love this shade of blue. I really, it stands out really well. Looks great with this collection. I don't remember which HIP kit this is from. It is an older kit, and as I already stated, it is leftovers from an older kit. I'm still going to have a ton of embellishments left over, and that's going to be okay. Flowers are not difficult to use. There's some tags as well that I did not show you on camera. I only pulled out the flowers and a couple of tabs that I knew that I was going to be using, and so I left the rest of it in. So I have a little 12x12 case where I keep various designers ephemera pieces in. Like I have one for Vicky Booten, I have a couple for Pink Fresh Studio, and I have one for HipKit. So I will probably put the leftovers of these into that case, and then at some point I'm going to need to go through that case and actually try to see if I can't use up some more of what's in it, but it's just kind of a holding place when I finish off a kit. So I have lined up the pockets on the left hand side, and then I put the fourth pocket over there on the top right. I'm going to put my journaling box down below that one, and then my title will go in the middle underneath the photo. I considered matting that photo but decided not to, and I don't always matte, but most of the time I do. So I'm layering up the flowers and those butterflies. Those are kind of some wonky looking butterflies, but they're cute. I love the colors in this collection. And so I also grabbed a set of Pretty Little Studios from Miss Sadie's. I think that's the name of the collection. It came in my Pretty Little Studio warehouse box that I bought back in December, and I just grabbed 2 phrases or wordy bits off the top of that, and so that makes that part done. I set the layout aside, and now I'm going to paint this wood veneer. I don't always paint my wood veneer, but I do like to do this, and I really prefer the sponge brushes. I feel like for me it gets a little bit more smooth coverage rather than having the brush strokes. I'm going to set it off to the side for just a minute. I'm going to clean up the paint that I got all over my mat because I still want to do my stamping on camera, but I'm not really done with the paint. So I am going to go ahead and stamp my journal box. And I guess I could have created my own journaling box, and in a way I did. I'm using a die cut, a notebook die cut, and I'm using a journaling stamp. This is a stamp set that is super old. I feel like I bought this stamp when we were stationed in Germany the second time, which was from 2010 to 2012. I no longer remember the name of the company, maybe Inkadu, that created it, but they're old stamps, and I'm pretty sure that the stamp that I use today I have never ever used. I went ahead and used my sponge brush and some leftover paint, and I painted around the edge of my journaling box. I'm going to add another light coat here on the title, and I've kind of set it on plastic to dry, and I'm just going to finish up this layout. Got my title where I would like it, and I'm going to add some of these puffy stickers. Like I said at the beginning, I hadn't even opened them, so I felt like I really should open them, and I'm just going to kind of add them here and there in places on the layout, just a few, couple by the title, a couple butterflies. I think I do clusters of 3 on the top left of my title and the bottom right of my title. Okay, I got my layout completely done. I am quite pleased with how this turned out. I did decide to go back in and add a little bit more stenciling right here off camera. I decided that it looked kind of odd without any stenciling there, so I just kind of tried to meet up my stencil as well as I could and add just a little bit more in that area, and then it looks like I actually stenciled the whole middle section of this piece of white cardstock, but I didn't. I added some foam adhesive to some of the flowers and to the butterflies. I, of course, wrote my journaling on the journaling box that I stamped. I don't know that I've ever even used that stamp set before, or at least not that particular stamp. I think I've used the round stamp that's on the back side of that card. I don't believe I showed that to you. But that's why I'm doing this hop, is to get me to use these stamps up that I have amassed over the 20 plus years that I have been scrapbooking. And I love having prompts to get me to use them, so that's great. And I love being able to mix it up with the stencils as well. Please check out that description box below my video. There's all kinds of information about this hop down there. There is a playlist as well as a list of our Instagram creators. Please check those Instagram creators out. You will be amazed at all of the talent that we have in this hop, to include the playlist as well as the Instagram creators. I hope that we can help you get out your stamps and use them a little bit more than you do. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Bye.